Welcome Group 1 to Apprentice of Silence. This is your reading on advice on how to dare to start a new chapter. We got some malachite and some black obsidian. It's actually gold rutilated black obsidian. Spirit, for Group 1, what advice do you have for them on how they can dare to start a new chapter? Okay, let's start with welcome. Welcome to Apprentice of Silence. And sometimes we know that a cycle is coming to an end, and we feel this stagnation and these blockages and maybe these lacks of we can't be certain. So lack of certainty that things are going to work out. And that's why I think this message, even though it's incredibly difficult to actually pinpoint on how to dare to start a new chapter, because even though it's a very difficult reading, I think I hope we can get to the bottom of certain things here and help you move forward. Because this is so deeply ingrained most of the time, so deeply rooted that it takes a lot of perseverance to break through the personal walls. So first, I think I want to address to you that whatever it is that we're trying to accomplish here, it's not out of judgment. There is no judgment for you placed on you. You're not in some kind of wrong spot. You haven't gone wrong and you haven't done anything wrong. You're perfectly fine and perfectly lovable. And I don't care if you make these changes, if you never change a single thing in your life, if you never get over it, if you're always stuck in this, you're still just as lovable to me. It's not about how much you do. It's simply that you are. Simply that you're willing to tune into this and share your energy, no matter what the outcome, no matter what we're doing here. That's enough. That's enough for me, and that's enough for thousands of more people. You are enough for me, just the way you are, right now. No matter where you are in life, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing. You are you, and I appreciate you for that. And, that's all. Now, out of curiosity, if you do want my insight and my help, Honestly, the reason I'm doing this reading is because I reached out to a psychic or a tarot reader for my own case, my personal life, right? And I was like, I need some advice from Spirit on how to dare to take the new chapter. And I got nothing. Like, I think it was the most disappointing tarot reading I've had in my life, to be honest. And this is from a tarot reader I love and I used to love a lot before that reading. It's not her fault, but I think maybe it's a difficult reading. So now I was like, okay, I want to do it for Apprentice of Silence viewers. I want to see what we can get out of it. But it's important to know that for whomever is stuck in this pattern that I'm talking about, self-validation and self-worth is a big issue, you know? So I'm not doing this to make you change. Maybe that's a message you can give yourself too. That you're not doing this in order to make aspects of you change. There's a lot of pain here in this reading. It's a lot about like, well, how am I supposed to move forward while I have to keep carrying all of this? It's almost like I feel like there is a lack of resolution. Like where the feeling of resolution should have been, there is nothing there. It's like you've never experienced pure resolution where people are on the same page without trying to hurt each other, you know, with this, oh, I won, so now this conflict is over. But it's not over. It just got way worse because you just bulldozed me. So no real conflict resolutions. And after a while of experiencing that, like it's almost like the only thing you know is how to bulldoze aspects of yourself. But with this part of your journey, that's the opposite of what is wanted. Like there is this deep, I want to say deep, almost divine desire to find a way to not bulldoze parts and achieve what you want. Because bulldozing parts is not, like it's not on the table. You're not going to get through this while if you try to bulldoze aspects. So conflict resolution. Kind of have to look for some kind of there has to be a third way. It just has to. It's impossible for things to be made out of one whole and for it to not be able to be put back into one whole. If you break a teacup, it's still a teacup, even if it's just what's it called? Not shelves. You know, like splinters of it. It's still able to become a teacup. It's still indivisible from that teacup that it was. If you look at the structure of the porcelain, it's still a teacup. You know, just as an example, I don't think the structure actually is a teacup, but let's assume it is. So there has to be a third option. There has to be. What if you could take that mindset and be like, yo, there has to be a third option for where I don't have to bulldoze aspects and I actually find a conflict resolution for where all aspects of me are on board. I have to find, because there is a third aspect, a third option. Perhaps you're doubting that you're able to create it, you're able to manifest it. It's so weird because outwardly you are the King of Cups. So you look like as if, you look like as if you are so certain about your spiritual knowledge and you're so certain of your personal win. Like there is this momentum driving you forward. That's what you look like to the world. As if you're already certain of it. So you're already sitting in the position of King of Cups. You just haven't aligned with yourself. But you're already there. So if you do align with it, you're not losing the spot. Because you're already there. It's almost like some kind of internal gaslight, so you don't even see yourself. There's this disturbance in how the world works, because here you're telling me that you have to persevere from some kind of, authority figure, because that authority figure decides how wealth is distributed and what is fair and not. It's like a game of, it's like a game. Either it's balanced or it's not, and someone decides if you're offered it or if you're not. There is no personal power here. I'm sorry to say that. But you are consistently stuck, and you're not stuck. You're consistently feeding a disillusioned state where like the wires are a little bit crisscrossed, because you are fueling the idea of this authority figure that has to give it to you, that has to offer it to you, that has to allow it. I'm not going to tell you what is and what isn't. I'm looking for the advice from Spirit here. Now, this is just a dissociative state. This is just you up trying to not make choices, you're just actively staying in the clouds, but in the bad way, in the not beneficial way, in the I'm not investing my energy and focus into the now, because I'm going to distance myself again from pain. But you're distanced. Imprisonment. No matter if you're still imprisoned or not, the imprisonment of your past has led you to accept the, I'm not going to say truth or not truth, but accept a reality where you can't manifest the abundant life that you wish. Like, you have decided upon that. The fun thing is, you have actually created and manifested for yourself the reality that you can't create and manifest the reality that you want. But you've already done that. So it's not I wonder if you're able to see that. You have already created what you have desired upon creating. You desired to create a reality where you perceive that you can't create your own reality. But you are the one creating it because it was your desire to create a reality that looks like you can't create your reality. Spirit, please show me more about the situation that made Group 1 create this. Give me insight about the situation, please. Poverty and someone lied to you about religion. Please show me more about the situation that created this. Oh, I'm getting angry. Wow. No. I hear poverty, lack, imprisonment. Oh, but this rage within me. Good God. Like, I think I'm shaking even. That might be all the coffee too. This was in reverse. Poverty. Someone lied to you about poverty and wealth. And they blamed the world for it. And then when you try to explain the world to yourself, you only got religious answers. Reckless. However this was brought about, your interest and well-being was not a part of whatever was going on. It was reckless, almost like we just throw. Imagine you have a sleepover, right? And you're going to fix something on the couch, or you're going to rearrange something, or you're gonna put, I don't know, you're doing something about the couch, so you throw the pillows on the floor. And you're a child or a young adult or whatever. Anyways, you can imagine a case where a person is recklessly throwing the pillows on the floor. Because they're doing something else. There is no care in the world about the pillows. Sure, they'll pick up the pillows again, whatever, but reckless behavior towards you. They didn't even count you into the whole equation of things. Reckless. Oh, here, take a little bit more poison. Oh, you're hurt. Oh, I'm gonna take care of you. Yeah, the world is a hard place. Yeah, no, you can't be happy. Yeah, I see that. But you just have to go through it, Oh, yeah, I hurt you. Well, you really just hurt yourself, Yeah, well, you can't continue complaining about how harsh it is. Everyone has it difficult. So, this is what I see in this card. They built some kind of, let's say they built some kind of fortress, some kind of chair, something. And then it was offered to this person in white. So the person in red built it to the person in white. And actually just declared it that this is your chair, person in white. And when the person in white sat down on the chair, it broke. And now all attention from everyone is, oh man, damn, your chair broke. Oh, wow, your chair was poor quality. Wow, you got unlucky with that chair. Wow, it broke. Wow, now you have the broken chair. Oh, it's such a shame that you always get the broken chair. Oh, it's such a shame that your life you'll have the broken chairs. Man, this is how your life looks, right? Oh, you and the broken chairs. Well, I can see that. I can see that you have broken chairs in your life. Yeah. Yeah, that's you. Yeah. You with the broken chair. If you're a child and you hear that, you already have created an identity for yourself. But in reality, this red dude built that chair. And it was because of his lack of competence of how to build a chair that the chair broke. Cause and effect. Had nothing to do with your worth. Declaring. Ignorance. Something was declared out of ignorance and there wasn't, this dude, whatever. What about everything else that's going on? It's like, he's just... he's just there. It's the feeling of like, no matter how much I try to wave at you, you won't recognize me. You won't actually say, oh, hey, there you are. Lack of mirroring. I'm sorry, Seven of Pentacles. I don't think that's the actual meaning of the card. But, here it's a very ignorant, narcissistic bubble to me. And a complete disregard of how the world works and what finances are and poverty. And you just were giving like the religious explanation because no, it's even worse. You weren't even given an explanation. When you start asking questions, you were brushed off until you got deep down to the questions of like, how does the world work? Or what makes a good person? Or what should I do? And then people answered that by shoving you into religion. Teaching you about good and bad, right or wrong. Shame. Pleasure. Sin. Martyrdom. Sacrifice. Humble. Grace. But no one answered your questions. Like when you asked, why are these people so inconsiderate, so rude, and so emotionless, you got disregarded until you asked the question that they actually wanted to answer by shoving you into some kind of, I want to say institution, but some kind of institution that took care of the problem for them. Okay, so that was what created. That was what created the pain, the root of the pain. That made you take on the belief that you don't create your own reality. Because you had to make sense of the life somehow. So you adapted whatever knowledge you could get simply because no one explained anything. So whatever you could lash onto that made some kind of sense, you made sure to embody that. And here, you couldn't take on the belief of I create my own reality because that's even more uncertain. And you were already in so much pain because of the uncertainty, because you were treated like shit. So it became beneficial of you to perceivingly give away your power, but to actively assume the belief that you don't create your own reality. So you're trying to avoid uncertainty. You're trying to avoid this Is it cognitive dissonance? The state of like, what is going on? Like, there is like no safety, nothing to be like, oh, wait, chill. There's nothing that holds you in place if everything is uncertain. If you create your own reality, that's uncertain. To you currently, you perceive that as something uncertain. That's why you have all these blocks and all these protective aspects that make you actively manifest a reality that you perceive you don't create. It's the fear of the uncertainty and the pain. How long have I gone on for? So, I guess this is going to be a long reading then. Because I want to go into like what to do next. I still don't feel like there are enough advice here on how to dare to take the new chapter. If you feel like you've had enough and you can't focus on anything more, then thank you so much, Group 1, and I wish you all the best of luck. Group 1, for the rest of you, now we're gonna get to the bottom of this. Please pause and go drink some water if you have the, if you can. And here I want to say, if you need like personal one-on-one help to get through blockages, I offer services to the patrons of Apprentice of Silence. You pay a monthly patronage fee, and then you get access to a schedule so that you can you get access to a calendar so you can schedule from the available time slots whenever you need a session time. Like all included in the same fee. And a lot of other like specific readings for patrons of Apprentice of Silence, and it's a great community. I am excited about the community. I'm just this is so heavy, But like I think that this is what tarot should be used for, so let's go. You ready? Okay, I assume you'll probably have to rewatch this just to keep track of everything that was said. Spirit, for Group 1, advice on how to heal this. Advice on how to heal this. Okay, so if you know of Teal Swan, she has the completion process, a process that she has created so that you can go back and retrieve fragments of self within your psyche and give them the opposite experience of the trauma that they went through and thereby heal and find the missing ingredients of the need that fragmented self has had for so long and try to meet it subconsciously, and then you meet it consciously and you integrate it into your being, and you know your situation shifts. It's an amazing tool. Highly recommended. That's an option here, definitely an option. Something like the completion process, or specifically the completion process. The need of certainty, the need of safety. It's a certain thing that you don't create your reality. So then you will keep feeding everything into that belief because that makes it certain. So question yourself about, okay, but what is very certain about creating your reality? Assume that they lied to you. What if they did? What if they put so much pressure on you as a child that you conformed to their narcissistic bubble, even though that's not at all the truth of the universe? But you tried to manifest. And whenever that manifestation came up, it was disregarded, ignored, or diminished, or removed by your authority figures. They made it so painful to keep believing that you created because it's almost like whatever you created, you weren't able to keep. And that pain of, okay, but if I create it, how do I then ensure that I get to keep it? Like, that's the pain. It's like there is no answer coming up. And because of no answer coming up, let's just disregard the whole, let's not create it then. If I can't keep it, like, I can't. It was so painful to bring about what you really wanted just for it to be taken away. Because you are a threat. It was a threat to them that you brought about what you wanted. So they try to put enough pressure on you, and they might have done this subconsciously, that they weren't fully aware of what it was that they were doing. Some aspects of them, more than not, kept telling themselves that they were doing you a favor, that this was for your own good. But either how, for the child, it was you manifested what you wanted, it was taken away from you. You manifested what you wanted, you were super excited about that because that's how you're supposed to live. You're supposed to follow the joy and get excited about what you want, manifest it. Like, that's your sign that you're going the right way, and it was taken away. And by it being taken away, you were in so much pain. But you then assumed that the pain meant that you had created it. Because your protective aspects will do anything to keep you safe. And the pain was so severe that you adapted a belief that you would just not create what you want. You will actively create the whole world for where you don't get what you want, simply because of the pain that they would take it away. I'm so angry. I'm so sad. I need some water. So they took it away from you, oblivious to the pain it would cause, and sometimes not even oblivious, but they still chose to do it. Perceived powerlessness, of course it's perceived powerlessness, because what were you supposed to do, you know? Okay, let's think about it. Let's say you create something that you want. $1 billion. I don't think most of us actually want that, but whatever. You manifest $1 billion, and then it's taken away from you. Then you're a match to like taxes and, I don't know, fraud or whatever. Or you're afraid that they will get taken away from you. What then? How fast will any kind of, I don't know, institution or whatever it is that takes away money, like, don't you think you will have enough time to invest it into something that you like? Say you want a car. You don't think that you will like have the time to actually buy the car, enjoy it, and then it gets taken away. Okay. But what if while you were driving that car, you were like, okay, this is cool, but there are other cars that I'd like to experience now. And then this car gets taken away. Then you just manifest another one, right? Because you've already manifested $1 billion and a car. And your desire already arose by... That's such a weird word, and I'm such a child. Okay, whatever. My brain went into arousal. Okay. Your desire already... I can't say arose. You already got your desire, the feeling of, oh, okay, cool. Because it happens instantly. And with the expansion going on, we're always constantly desiring more and constantly expanding. So if we already received what we desired, then we just keep moving on to the next thing we desire. Then maybe it's okay that it gets taken away. I hear you. What if we desire family and then the family gets killed? Taken away. See, I believe that this is a belief system that you put in place in order to keep yourself away from harm. I don't think it's an absolute possibility. Okay, think of friends, relatives, people you know of, who have created what you want. Was it taken away from them? Maybe some friend of yours got a new puppy, or some friend of yours started a family, children, or bought a house, or got a new PlayStation, got the coolest game to the PlayStation. Did they get to keep it? Did they get to keep the puppy, the house, the family, the PlayStation? Sure, there are illnesses and there are divorces and games break and computers crash and puppies get old. But that won't happen the same day. You'll still get to enjoy it, right? They still got to enjoy it. And then it's like an ebb and flow of life, so it keeps going. I think what did the most damage is that you never got to enjoy what you got. It was instantly taken away from you. And beaten into you the threat of how bad it would be for you if you got it. So you perceived that you had not an other way than to create this belief. That once you get something, it will be taken away. So you'll live in this state of always fearing that, okay, now it's gonna get taken away. Okay, now it's gonna get taken away. It might be. It might be. Like, I feel I have no answers for you there. It might be taken away. Spirit, give me some clarity, please. It might be taken away. What then? Like, why? I don't get it. Why is it so unfair? This is a belief system, too. Because really, it makes no sense, guys. Why should it be taken away? Isn't it just like... You can't get attached to the puppy because the puppy will die. You can't enjoy having the puppy because the puppy will die. Like, we need to get rid of the puppy. You'll be in so much pain once the puppy dies, so no puppies for you. Personal example. But that's a complete lie. Good God, how much I enjoy puppy. How much I enjoy being with a dog. I love every single second. And I love it so much that I don't resist if something would happen to it. If something would happen to the dog, I enjoy my present moment with the dog so much that it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm in the now and I'm so blessed to be with the dog. I'm in the now and I'm so blessed to live in my beautiful, beautiful house, you know? Saltwater pool. For God's sake, like, it's so beautiful. Even if something happens to it tomorrow, I am in so much enjoyment of the now that it's fine. What if something happens to YouTube? And I lose all Apprentice of Silence, everything I've ever built. What if I lose all of you guys? I have no platform to ever speak with you ever again, or to make any money, and whatever, I'm a complete failure. Good God, but I have enjoyed this. And I am enjoying it right now. So it doesn't matter. Like, there's no resistance to if it would be taken away. Because of the enjoyment of the now, it's no longer a threat. The problem in the past was that they didn't let you enjoy it. That's the problem. Spirit, any last messages, please? Anything I might have missed? Fear of love. It's about how you give and take energy in the universe. You can just do, or you can just have. Reciprocation. Okay, they're calling to your awareness about the give and take energies of the universe. Research it, because there has to be a shift. There has to be more knowledge, give and take, and make it an absolute daily practice to practice the receiving. Understand how the balance of give and take works in the universe, and practice on receiving. Take love in. You didn't get to enjoy it. Oh my God, I'm so happy we broke. Like, I figured it out. It's the enjoyment part. You were blocked from enjoying what you received. So now you have a negative association with every time you receive something. And so you've created this where you block it before it manifests. So you manifest already it being blocked. Because you didn't get to enjoy it. Enjoyment is the loop. And this childhood trauma has created a block within the flow of the universal energy. It's a self-created block, so it's a self-dissolved block too. It's completely in your hands, but you need to practice it. So first step is like being here in this reading, the realization of, what's blocking you to dare to take the new, to open a new chapter, and then it's to actually practice how the energy flows. But this is why you don't dare. The enjoyment aspect. Yeah, so you fear taking it in. Anything else, babe? I know we're done here, so I don't have to ask that. Rewatch this. This is so powerful. I'm so happy I did it. I'm so happy for you guys. And we're going to enjoy this life. And you're going to work through this because you've already done like 75% of it. Simply by sitting through and watching this, I want to say stupid video, but it's absolutely not stupid if you watch through it, because damn the shift this is going to give. Yes. Yes. It's enjoyment. You didn't get to enjoy it. And you do get to enjoy it now, because now you understand all of it. You understand why you have created the type of world that you live in now, and you understand the pain that you're hiding from. And you understand why you're hiding from the pain. You have steps on how, like what to research on how to receive. Again, Teal Swan has a video on how to receive. But if you don't like her, or if you whatever you do, it's all you. You get to decide, of course. I wonder, is there anything else I've missed? How to be okay with enjoying things. It's a bullshit life if you don't. Come on, if you eat a piece of cake and you don't enjoy it, just throw out the cake. Why the fuck would you eat it? What kind of stupid ass motherfucking life is that? So yeah. Yeah, that's how you receive the enjoyment. And when you actually see that you've just created a personal block to enjoying life, because you never got to in the past, that's your resistance to what might happen and why you're not creating what you want. This is a lot, but this is powerful. Rewatch it and rewatch it again. I love you. Okay, leave a comment. And I think I already said in the midsection, if you want a personal session, you find me at apprenticeofsilence.com. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you.